Hello, it's Sibwin's Pair and we're back with another video. So I'm back again with another recipe, obviously cooking another dish. It's Sunday again, and obviously on a Sunday you definitely want to eat something, wholesome basically. So today I'll be making oxtail along with some bab, a South African favorite, and then chamolia again. I was hoping for spinach this time, but yeah. Okay, came back with chamolia. Here's my oxtails. They've washed, they've been rinsed. I filled it with water so they can boil nicely. And then I've got my salt over here. Just sprinkle a little bit of salt so it can cook nicely in the salt as well. There we go. I'm just gonna place this on the stove. Okay, so we'll just let that boil and I'll be back to show you the next steps.
A few moments later.
Alright, so our oxtail is finally done boiling. It did take quite a while. So now I'm going to start spicing it, saucing it, and getting ready for the final sort of boil. But before we do that, I'm going to use this bowl to mix everything. Okay, so like I said, just pop it in there. So an interesting thing that I like to do is actually, so while it's boiling, so I obviously have to add water in a few times, right? Because you really want it to get into a nice sort of chewy texture and soft chewy texture, so that the second boil is not too long. So once the water is finishing now and I'm feeling, satisfied with the texture and the water sort of finishing and then it starts almost cooking in its natural oil, and then I start stirring. All right, so now that that's in there, I can sort of place this on the side. I'm going to use that in a bit. So I now can put my spices. So just before I start spicing and saucing the oxtail, I just want to put it aside 1 second. So I don't know if you remember from the previous video, but I did say what I like to do as well is get the stock ready. So what I like to do is take one of these beef flavored cubes and just pop it in there. Okay. Then I'm gonna take boiled water and pour it in there. All right, so let's get spicing. So I'm gonna start with this shotgun spicy shotgun grill seasoning spice, all right? Or seasoning. And then I'm gonna put that in there. Not too much now, okay? Because remember we did let it sit in the salt, and yeah, the salt is pretty infused. And then just a little bit of our six-gun as well. We're gonna put our Worcestershire sauce. Sprinkle that in there. Honestly, I like to be generous with this because it does taste really nice. I don't want to lie to you. We're gonna put our steakhouse sauce. Honestly, I hope I influence you guys with this thing of putting the sauces like this before you cook it, because it really makes it taste nice. It really makes your taste nice. So obviously the six-gun sauce. Love it. Put it in there, and there we go. And then I'm gonna use this. Alright, mix as much as you can. And try to get them looking as saucy as possible. That's basically how it should look. Nice and saucy. Alright, now that we've done that, I just want to put it to the side a little bit. We're going to get back to that one. Or I'm going to get to the chopping of the vegetables that need to go in there first. But also, before we start doing that, kind of forgot to show you that we boiled the chamolia our veg for the day. So what I'm gonna do is boil this. It's nicely chopped. Don't know if you can see that. Nicely chopped. So don't be afraid if it's, you know, looks like it's too much for the pot. But trust me, once you start boiling it, it goes down. Yeah. Okay. So I'm putting the water in. I know it's a bit difficult to see, but try and shift it to the side to see how much water is actually in there. And then I'm gonna put that on the stove. Okay, with a nice generous heat. Not too high, not too low, honestly. And then we just leave that there. So we get our pot ready. Don't worry about like cleaning your pot that you boiled the oxtail in. So remember, now we've got a little bit of the natural oils that are there. Now what we're gonna do is chop our vegetables that need to go into the pot. So I'll start with the white onion. Okay guys, I'm done chopping the vegetables, so I'm gonna throw these in the pot that had the oxtail, where the oxtail was boiling. As you can see, the onion got me there a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna throw these in the pot, and then we're gonna put the oxtail in. Oh, and then everything is just gonna be beautiful. Okay, there we go. Just pour it in there. Mix them together, pour it in there. Look how beautiful those colors are. Love it, personally. Alright, then once I'm done that, I'm gonna add some cooking oil. Right, I'm adding some cooking oil. Alright, so I'm gonna put my crushed ginger and garlic. Personal fave, it adds so much flavor. Well, it adds a garlicky and gingery flavor. But it also, it kind of takes away that meaty smell as well to me. Okay, once I've done that, I add raja. So raja is great for taste as well as color. So when I don't want to use turmeric just does too much sometimes. I personally like to yellow rice with turmeric when it comes to like color, but this is a personal fave for when I want to add a little bit of color to my meats. Stir, stir, stir. Okay, saute that a little bit. Saute, saute nicely. Okay, so another thing I'm adding to the onions, that is looking gorgeous. I'm gonna add tomato paste. Gonna add some tomato paste. Okay, not too much, it's fine. This is perfect. Okay, add some tomato paste. Stir, stir, stir. Okay, and now for the moment of truth, we are going to add our oxtail. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then once I put that inside, I'm gonna stir everything, mix everything together. Bring the veggies even to the top. See how beautiful that's already looking. And then, remember we were mixing this. Now it's time for us. So if you remember, it's the beef stock cube with boiled water. And then we throw that in there. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Oh, absolutely stunning. Okay. Look how beautiful that already looks. And then all we're gonna do now, I do want to put a little bit more water, just for control. But yeah, that's basically the look we're going for. And we just let that boil beautifully. Now we don't need to do any more to this. We just let it cook like that. Now let's not forget our chimola. So our chimola is in perfect texture. It's soft now. It's ready for us to get rid of this water basically. Okay, so I'm gonna use a strainer for this. Okay. Okay, we're not rinsing it or anything. We're just getting rid of the water. Once the water is done, and that's out, you can put it back in. Okay. So we still add a little bit of water. Even though we drained all the water, I added a little bit of water. It is ideal that you leave a little bit of water. I'm also going to put some oil. If it's got a shininess to it, then yeah, you did well with the oil. And a little bit of a shininess to it. Now I'm just going to throw my onions in there. Beautifully. Beautiful. Okay. Onions. And chopped out tomatoes. Time to throw them in there as well. And there, basically, that's how it's supposed to look. And then we basically mix this together. A secret ingredient, into the chimola is this. So this for me is what puts the flavor. But I'm gonna also add a little bit of salt. So we add some salt. And then you sprinkle this. You need to sprinkle it nicely. Not very neat. So it's gonna go to the bottom, to the water, and it's gonna cook nice, moistly. And then, voila, you can close that. And then I'm just gonna put it into like lowish heat so it doesn't burn. Alright, so I basically want to wait for the chimola first to finish before I get started with the bun. So basically everything is done, but obviously everything is still cooking like the meat. We're going to give that some time. And then the chimola, we're not going to be in a hurry. We're just going to take our time. So I'm just waiting for the chimola to get done because I know that's going to be done in a few minutes. So now it's time for the bab. So personally with the bab, I like to add a little bit of more water. Alright, so I've poured my hot water. It's hot, but it's not hot as boiled. It's normal, warm, hot water from the tap. And now I'm going to place it onto the stove and switch it on. Okay, so I'm pouring just a generous amount of salt. I've already poured it a little bit, so I'm just adding a bit. Pour a generous amount of salt in the water. The reason why I do it like that is it's easy because the water is going to go into the pap in any case. So this, you know, the salt will definitely get into the meal. And then I'm going to just let the water, once it starts having those little tiny little bubbles, as though it wants to boil, then I can add pretty much almost a cupful of mini meal in there. Okay, so this is basically in the beginning, you want it to basically boil like porridge. So not too much mini meal as well, alright? Just a nice bit amount. So some people like to honestly pour it while it's boiling, but I like to do it like this so it cooks a little longer. You see, so what we're doing now is stirring it until it's starting to look like soft porridge. I don't know if you can see, but when it starts bubbling like that, I like to stir, because that's definitely coming together. Okay, so, and when it does that, I'm ready to add just a little bit more to heighten the texture. A little bit more. And the thing about the whisk also is that it does help create that fluffiness of the bun. Alright you guys, so I feel like the texture of the bun is perfect. For me personally, the softer the better, because at the end it's just a very, very nice texture at the end when it's like all cooled down and it's gone a little solid. It's not too hard, whereas if you made it a bit harder, then it will just be like very hard at the end. Alright you guys, so it's finally time for us to dish up. Everything is looking great and I cannot wait to eat, and I'm sure everybody else is hungry too. Alright, so this is how we're looking. So this is how the bap is looking. Gorgeous. And this is how our veggie is looking, our shawarma, and this is how the oxtail is looking. So we're gonna start with our bap. Alright, there we go, all dished up and ready to be eaten. So yeah, you let me know what you guys think. We're about to eat, but let me know if you enjoy these videos. Let us know if you have any suggestions as well on what you'd like me to cook. Do subscribe, do press the notification button as well to be notified for all our videos. And yeah, we love having you guys here. Thank you.